Welcome back to Reckless Banter. So a couple weeks ago, we had Jordan on from Covenant Tattoo. Kind of gave us the rundown on his journey to becoming a tattoo artist and filled us in on Covenant moving to Belmont. And today, I've got Tucker.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's going on, dude? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. It's a nice day, sunny day.
Oh, man, it's a beautiful day. Yeah. I love waking up and it's like 59 degrees.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's amazing. So you are the owner of Covenant Tattoo.
That's correct.
So basically, let's hear your story on becoming a tattoo artist and basically getting to where you're at now.
Okay. So if you want like the whole story, just go all the way back to
just go to where it started.
So yeah, Jordan came in last week, and we kind of he touched on that we went to art school together. So that was kind of the start of most things, but I can trace things all the way back to childhood. I was sitting with my dad last night, kind of talking about it, and he's like, "You've been drawing since you were 3 years old."
Yeah.
And so I can trace it back to like certain stories that I have from when I was a kid. I had my cousin. I told you yesterday, but I did.
It's all right. It's all right.
But so my cousin. I went over to his house one time when I was a kid, and I saw that he brought down this like little tin that he had of all these drawings that he'd made.
Yeah.
And it was just Looney Tunes characters, and I was amazed to see that somebody could take something that was like on TV and then put it on paper. And so it was and I remember being a kid, and I just ran home that day and I started drawing Looney Tunes, and kind of just never stopped drawing since then.
Yeah.
Right. And so that obsession kind of just grew. I went to art school. I did that for about 3 years. Then I left art school because I didn't love the way it was going. I felt like I wasn't being taught hands-on craft.
You and Jordan went to art school together, right?
We did, yeah.
Okay,
we went to UNC Charlotte. We actually had several classes together. We were buddies back then, and we are today. We actually had like a 10-year hiatus of not seeing each other though, so it was kind of cool that we came back to it.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I did that for a while, and then I left there, and then I started to paint murals with these guys. Well, actually, let me back it up one step. I left college, and I was doing some freelance artwork. There was a large like EDM group that I was friends with, like these guys. Ryan Hart was putting on this show. It's all called like Gets Fucking Weird. Mm-hmm. So it'd be like Noda Gets Fucking Weird, and like wherever town they put it in was just that town gets fucking weird.
Yeah, that's cool.
And they were super fun. So I was doing live paintings there. And then I was also doing, like, if they had tickets that were going out, my artwork was on the tickets.
Oh, nice.
And then, whatever promotion stuff they had was my artwork. And so that's my first, like, professional job as an artist. But it felt really cool to kind of, like, walk into a room and see a bunch of people looking at your stuff and, like, perceiving it as professional.
Yeah.
For the first time.
Yeah.
And that was really, really neat. And so I kind of got addicted then. And so I found these guys that were painting murals, Matt Moore and Matt Hooker, very prolific mural artists in town. And so I reached out to them one time and was just like, "Hey guys, I don't know if you guys need help ever, but I'd love to, come and just like lend a hand." And I happened to call them or text them that whenever they were in the middle of a conversation about bringing on a third person. Mm. And so I kind of got pulled into that with them. They just thought it was like divine providence kind of thing happening.
Right.
So I got lumped in with them. We worked together for several years. We painted massive walls all over Charlotte, and through that I started to meet tattooers. And I had a guy, actually go back to Ryan Hart, who actually helped me out with so much of a lot of my art career. He actually reached out to a tattoo artist who was like, "Yo, you got to teach this guy how to tattoo." And so I went and talked to Nick. I actually said no for a year because I wanted to keep painting murals.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to get distracted or anything. And so come to find out, a year later, I went back and I was like, "Hey, do you think I could still do this apprenticeship?" And he was like, "Oh man, I actually love that you went out and kept doing artwork out there and got better and better." And so, yes, absolutely. And so we came in, we did our apprenticeship with him. And it just, I've been doing tattoos since then, that was like 2019 or something.
So you basically went from the artwork to 18. Tattooing. What is it about tattooing that kind of drew you in? Was it just like the next step of artwork for you?
So tattoo is, it was interesting. So we had kind of slowed down with murals. Like murals were not popping off for like a few months. And so I just wanted something else to do. And I thought tattoos was this more like applicable artistry that you could kind of do every day, because you could just need one person a day to kind of do a tattoo.
Yeah.
And so I had friends that wanted to get tattooed by me, and like a bunch of my friends back in the day when I was offering like free tattoos, that was like the coolest thing ever, right? So
yeah,
they were all just like so stoked, like, "Please go learn this thing so we can just get stuff from you." And so I picked it up, and then I kind of just like rapidly progressed into like my full-time deal.
Nice.
Yeah, but it was, I mean, also what drew me into tattoo was like it's mostly bold lines and illustrative qualities, and I went to school for illustration, so it was like right up my alley.
Do you think going to school for illustration kind of came from like when you started doing the cartoon characters and stuff?
Absolutely, yeah. So I grew up on cartoon characters and comics, and like I wanted to be a graphic novelist. My uncle and I had plans to do graphic novels together. He since passed away, but I've got graphic novel tattoos for him.
Yeah. That's
so
awesome.
we kind of shelved that, but the guy who taught me to tattoo was a graphic novelist as well.
I always thought it'd be really cool to like create my own cartoons.
Yeah.
Like do the voices and everything like
dude,
that.
Yeah.
That'd be
That's the
so much
dream
fun.
right there. Only then once you start learning animation, you go, oh, this is way too much work.
I believe it. I
This is
believe
way
it.
I think it's probably simpler now with all the stuff you can do with a computer, but
Yeah.
like when I started, I used to do stop motion videos at my house when I was a kid.
So you'd have
I
to
would
basically draw every movement.
Well, I would not just draw. I would use like Lego characters, and I would create like stop motion
Oh, yeah,
movies.
I've
And it was
seen
like
that.
when you do everything frame for frame, it's like you get 1,000 frames, and now you have 3 seconds worth of work.
Wow.
It's
It's like a time lapse video.
Yeah, dude, and it was just too intense.
That's
so.
crazy.
Let's go to tattoo.
Yeah. So, what does tattooing mean to you? Like, is it like an art form, a craft? Like, how do you look at it?
I like to say craft says that's more or less where I like to live. We talk about this a lot, like art versus craft, right? And I think that's like, arts and crafts are lumped together as the same thing,
Right.
But art seems to be like this ethereal element that like could be art could be anything. That's like the kind of the phrasing there, and I don't love that because I like to look at something that takes precision and skill and focus and time and effort, and that's where you get like craftsmanship. So I think I'd rather be a craftsman than I would be a quote unquote artist.
Yeah.
And I think the term we use is tattoo artist because it falls into the realm of art, but it is more a craft.
Who or what would you say is your biggest influence, or who might be your biggest influences when it comes to tattooing?
So when it comes to tattooing, I mean, there's a litany of tattooers out there that I think are just absolutely wonderful. But I think I kind of jump around in what things I'm kind of focusing on. So I really more or less focus on like which tattoos I like the most, because somebody might do one great tattoo that just like speaks to me, and I'm trying to usually just borrow and find elements and things that I see that I really like to then imply into what I'm doing or apply to what I'm doing. So I don't know if there's like individuals. I have favorite painters from back in the day when I was doing murals, like Saturno. It's one of the coolest mural artists. There we go. That's ever existed. I've gotten to see several of his pieces. Joram Rooks, King of Amsterdam out there. That guy's amazing. And I kind of just borrow a lot of their like compositional elements and kind of like push those into tattoos. Because if I can take what I learned from painting murals and just push that into the tattoo, then all I'm doing is really just changing the tools to get to the same end result.
Right. I remember my question. Based on what you were saying before, would you consider yourself a perfectionist?
Oh, yeah. To a degree. So
Do you think that's like a tattoo artist thing? Like you basically have to be a perfectionist?
I think it should be.
Yeah.
I think
I agree.
that should be the target, is to do the absolute best you can do and have no problems. But I think as an artist, the thing you learn the most is how to kind of cover up your mistakes. You know? So when there's a little wub in the line or a little flub somewhere, you know how to kind of like just articulate that line to make it work, even though there was a mistake, quote unquote.
Right.
Because there's still the artist's hand in everything. And that's kind of a beautiful thing. Like you kind of want to see that this was hand done. It doesn't want to look like exactly like a sticker.
Yeah.
You kind of want to see that this was hand crafted.
Do you like when you say just like a sticker? Are you saying like you want to put your own, like, what am I trying to say? Put your own pizzazz to it,
Yeah,
like
I mean,
Tucker did this.
Yeah,
It's not just a.
sometimes when it's so precise and perfect, and like everything's so dialed in, it can kind of look just kind of bland in a way.
Right,
So
right.
like you want it to have a sense of evocative something to it.
Okay.
And so you kind of, I don't know, I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but I can understand it in my own head.
I never know what I'm trying to say.
It's okay. Makes sense to me somehow.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere.
Right.
So what would you say? Do you have a favorite style, type of work? Like,
Yeah, I do. I mostly live in the world of black and gray. I try to do. I like illustrative realism. So basically, I'll take somebody wants a tattoo of a bear. I'll look at a real picture of a bear, but then when I like apply it to the skin, I'll kind of have a little bit more of an expressive kind of route of going about it. Like it'll have hard lines in there. Looks like, you know, in nature there's no real hard lines, right? But mine will have hard lines in it, and then I'll have things that kind of like romanticize the different parts of the picture, instead of it being just so straight up. Like I don't go for like straight up realism. Like hyperrealism is actually what the term I think that you would use for that. So I kind of just, you know, kind of fudge around with it and play with it.
Is that a thing in tattooing, like hyper realism? Like,
Oh yeah.
I guess
it's like hyperrealism would be like in the same ballpark as like photorealism. So people that are trying to just get the thing to look exactly like it looks on the photo, which is, I mean, it's fantastic, but it's like it's a totally different route than I'm going.
Do you do a lot of portraits?
I do actually. I do a lot of faces. I haven't done as many, like I'd love to do a lot of celebrity portraits and things like that. You know, I got like a J. Cole one that I've been working on for a while. It's just on a fake skin. But I've done so many people's faces. A lot of people come in, they want like, you know, like a Viking warrior woman, or you know, some kind of soldier or something. So yeah, there's a lot of faces into the stuff that I do. I'd love to get into portraits though. I would love to. Yeah, more than I have.
It seems like I was gonna ask, like, when you went to do your first portrait on a live person, like, were you sweating bullets?
So yeah, absolutely. Because like the one thing goes wrong with the face, the whole thing's wrong. And I think, you know, the thing that happens is you put the stencil on somebody, and then those pupils might have shifted a little bit or something. So if one's like a little, you know, lazy or something, then just the whole likeness is gone.
Yeah.
So you have to be really careful when you're doing these things to make sure that the elements that need to happen right. You know,
I remember talking to Jordan. You know, like if you do screw up as a tattoo artist, you're able to find ways to fix it, so it's really not even noticeable.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any where it was just like, oh shit, I can't fix this?
Not like, you know, every tattoo artist at one point like misspelled a word or something. You know, I had a girl come in one time.
Regerts.
I had a girl come in one time, and the word was positivity, and I wrote positivity. Like I missed the second I guess, if that's correct. And then she comes back like a couple weeks later. Is like, hey, the I's missing here. I was like, well, you can't be negative about it. It's a positivity tattoo. And she's like, you're right. And so we just threw the I in there and fixed it. It wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
But I mean, like big mistakes, not too many, man. Like the only things you really run into that are difficult is just like working on people's individual skin. People come in like they've never used moisturizer in their life.
Oh wow.
You know,
yeah.
They just drank a fifth of whiskey before the night before they come in, and you're just like, okay,
that was
working on sandpaper.
That was something Jordan talked about. Yeah. I never realized. I mean, like, I guess I knew it, but never thought about it. Like different textures of skin. Like everybody's different.
Oh yeah, everybody's different.
Have you done so much to a point where you kind of know the different textures of skin? You're able to work around them and whatnot.
Yeah, and you kind of figure that out very quickly when you start just like kind of stretching the skin. You can almost just look at most skin and kind of have like once you get used to it, you know, you have a good idea of what's going on here. You can see sun damage. Like when people have like a layer of transparent skin on the top of their arm, you're like, shit. This is gonna be tough.
Right.
I had one guy that came in one time, and he had so much sun damage on his skin that we just literally put in like one little dot, and you could see it under his skin, and I could push it around because he was missing layers of skin. That's how much like damage he'd had. So I had to tell him, I was like, hey man, I can't in any good reason tattoo you. Like this is not gonna be a good thing for you. So you can push that little dot of ink around inside your skin, dude. But that's as good as it gets from me.
You could like make a game out of it.
I could have done like two more dots and be like, just push this one to that.
Could have made a maze, so he tries to get the dot through the maze.
God.
What would you say is
you could play a little game of Pong or something with it.
Yeah. That's awesome. What would you say is probably the weirdest tattoo you've ever done? Oh
man, so we had a guy call in one time. And he called the shop, and he was like, hey man, I want to get my neck tattooed. And we're like, yeah, that's cool, man. What do you want to get? He said neck. And we're like, that's what's up, man. What do you want to get on your neck? He said neck. I want the word neck tattooed on my neck. Yeah. Right. And so like that one was pretty wild. And then, you know, I didn't do this tattoo, but I had a friend of mine. Well, the client wasn't a friend of mine. His client came in and wanted to get the Texas Pete logo on his Peter. He wanted a Texas Peter.
Oh,
And so I watched him do it. I watched him scream. His girlfriend's sitting there holding his hand.
God.
And he got it done, dude. And then they shot a little like Texas Pete commercial. They put like a plate of food right here, and then the Texas Pete bottle, and kind of scrolled across, and then there he was.
Damn. That is wild.
Yeah, man.
Huh.
Yeah, pretty nuts. So I've seen some weird stuff. I haven't done that many like crazy tattoos. I got one of my buddies who gets like funny food tattoos. He got like a Duke's mayo jar on himself, and what else did we do? We did a little hot dog. It's just fun. I like fun tattoos like that.
I was gonna say I've seen a lot of people with tattoos that are just kind of random stuff, but they're good and it's just fun to look at.
Right.
So if you could ban one tattoo forever, what would it be?
Easy. Forest and trees.
Forest and trees.
Dude. Gone. Listen, it's when you do black and gray. You'll find out that it's like the Charlotte special. Everybody around here loves the mountains, right? And they just want to get the forest of trees wrapping around their arm, leading up the mountains. And after I did like 10 of them, I had to be like, listen, I despise doing this. I'm so over this. But now, to all the guys who have them out there that I've done, those ones are awesome, and we're really happy that those happened.
You got lucky.
But no more.
I knew this guy. I can't remember the tattoo shop, but he was telling me. A lot of people in Gastonia kept wanting to get rebel flag tattoos. Oh shit! And he had somebody call.
I'll help people cover those up.
Yeah. He had somebody call one day, and they're like, "How much could I get a rebel flag tattoo?" And he's like, "Well, I'm sorry, but we are fresh out of rebel flag tattoos."
I can't find the stencil. It's not.
We lost it in the move. I don't know.
We lost it in the war, I think. So that's why that one's out. But like, listen, we used to say this at my old shop. If you have some old racist tattoos, we will cover those for free.
No shit.
You got a swastika somewhere on you that you need covered up. Come to the shop. We'll get that. We'll get it gone.
Wow, that's really cool.
We'll help you redeem yourself.
Do you ever have anybody come in trying to get stuff like that?
I have not. No, thank God.
Never.
Yeah, but it would be a very quick no. No. We're not
I mean, that's I guess that kind of answers its own question. Like tattoos, you just absolutely would not do.
Yeah, any symbols of like hatred are not really going to be something that we want to do in the first place.
That's.
I'm not here to just make a buck. Right?
Yeah, right.
We're here to be artists for one.
Obviously, if you're going to cover them up for free, I think that's great.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you had anybody come in wanting like just a full black arm, like because that seems to be like in style these days?
I love it. I think it's awesome. I absolutely love it. I know it's like kind of a weird thing for some people to see. Like, why would you just want your whole black or arm black like that? And I think that people kind of don't realize that a lot of your tattooing is about how it looks like at a distance or how it looks like when you're wearing clothes. Because most people want these small, tight, really fine line, everything's really tight detailed. It's like, well, somebody, if they want to see it, has to get up here and really like inspect it.
Yeah.
But these like large the black tattoos are legible from miles, you know, and so it becomes like a part of you, like you're wearing a permanent like athletic sleeve or something. You know? But I had a guy come in one time and he just called me and he's like, "Hey man, I want to black out my arm." And I was like, "Okay." He's like, "But I only have an hour." I was like, "Well, I'll see how far I can get in an hour." And it was fun though because I got to see how much I could do in an hour. We went from like the wrist to about like almost the elbow,
like all the way around the arm.
Yeah,
wow,
in an hour, and it was clean. It was like nice and sharp, and all the black was in there. There wasn't any like mud.
I was gonna ask like how long was something like that take? Like if they wanted a whole arm,
you could get it done in a day.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think some people might want to take it slower. It's a lot of trauma.
I was gonna say it's nothing but shading,
because you're gonna leave the person's gonna leave with the whole arm open, skin like that's kind of there's dangers to that, so it's not ideal. I would break it up, but really you could get it done in a matter of like, I don't know, 4 to 6 hours.
Huh.
Yeah. If you're able to move quickly. Some guys can't. They don't tattoo as fast, and that's
right.
That's all right.
So Covenant Tattoo is currently in Pineville, North Carolina. Right. You're wanting to bring it to Belmont.
Yes.
Why Belmont?
So we love Belmont. We were offered the building probably about a year ago, right behind Jekyll and Hyde. My friend owns Jekyll and Hyde. Frank, he's a great guy.
I used to go there all the time.
Yeah, and he's got like 6 of them now. They're all over. He's got one in Waxhaw, Fort Mill.
I remember that.
He's got a bunch. So he, I've known him for years. I've tattooed 2 full sleeves on him. He actually married me and my wife. Like we're pretty tightly bound. I actually painted the murals on the side of Jekyll and Hyde years ago.
Oh, no way! Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, so we've been tight for a long time. So he offered us the building, and then when I reached out to Belmont, like the local government, I was saying, here, we got some signage and things that I want to put on the wall, some murals that I want to put up. And they were like, well, you can't even have a tattoo shop there. And so we kind of just hit that wall. And so now we've just been in this conversation with the local government of like, how do we get that accomplished? But why do we want Belmont, man? Belmont is just this awesome little town. It's a step outside of Charlotte, which I think we've been trying to get a little outside of Charlotte. Selfishly, I want to live near the lake.
Yeah, don't blame you.
Yeah, like I just like.
Would you rather live near the lake or the ocean?
Oh man, that's so tough. As long as I'm near water is really like what I'm after.
Yeah.
You know, like I grew up on boats and stuff, so I just want to be. I want to be out there. I want to be fishing all the time. Like just the option of it in your neighborhood is so cool.
Yeah.
So that's one reason, just selfishly for me. But I think the people out here are really cool. I don't think there's anything like this in this town. And so I think bringing something to bringing the type of artist and the type of shop that we have to this place would like add to the charm that they have.
Right.
Yeah.
I've been in Belmont for 3 years now, I think, maybe a little more. And I don't know that I've ever seen a tattoo shop that really isn't that's really like in around this downtown area. They're always out on Franklin or whatever.
Right.
And
that's the holdup. So it's just the zoning, where the zoning doesn't allow us into the downtown right now. But it's a simple fix, and hopefully the town's down for it.
Absolutely.
We got a lot of support.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like I told you before, I signed it with my name and then signed it with the podcast.
That's right.
We all support you,
which is awesome, man.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, how many? Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. We put out that commercial. The commercial got like somewhere close to 60,000 views.
Hell yeah,
which was huge. And we put some money behind it to kind of like push it out to certain areas. We wanted all the attention to come from Belmont and like say surrounding areas. So like Belmont, Gaston County, Cramerton, Lowell, Lake Wiley, all that. So we pushed it out to those areas, and so that's who was really engaging with us. We got a couple hundred comments on there. People were like, yes, dude, we would love this. So we were really excited. And then we had I think somewhere in the ballpark of like 1,300 signatures on there, and like I think about 60 to 70% were from this area.
Yeah,
and so that means close to 700 people are fired up about a tattoo shop coming to town.
That's
so
awesome.
It's like it seems like a no-brainer to just say yes, but that's going to come down to just some
have you had anybody
legislation
push back on it?
I've heard some things that people are just like not super interested in it, but I think that's because they're caught up in old kind of stigma about what the tattoo shop could be like.
Right.
But they haven't met us.
Right.
And I think when we get into the actual city council meeting, planning and zoning meetings, and we kind of get to present who we are, because the whole team's coming.
Yeah.
Right. And they're going to get to meet us and be like, oh, you guys are like really just kind-hearted, good people that just want to bring art to a new neighborhood. Like that's all it really is.
Yeah, I've walked in many tattoo shops and always just felt like that, like, why are you here type of vibe. And after meeting you and Jordan, it's just like I would just come to your shop just to hang out.
Absolutely.
We
would love that.
Such cool people.
We've talked about it. We went to a tattoo convention, and I took my team aside and I said, whatever you guys want to do here today, I want to make sure that everyone knows that we're the nicest tattoo shop in town. And so we just made sure to go around and say hello to everyone. We walked up to every booth, complimented every tattoo artist we could find. Yeah. Because we're on everybody's team.
Right.
And like when people come to the shop, I want them to feel like,
like they're at home.
Like they're at home,
hanging with the bros.
Yeah, and like
and
you are more than welcome to be here.
Yeah.
You're not invading our space. You're not creating a problem for us. This is our dream that you guys show up and enjoy us. That's awesome.
So what's your vision for the new Belmont location? What do you picture?
Yeah, so we have like full mock-ups for what we want the building to look like. I want to be able to put like a covenant tattoo on the outside. I have a big mural that I want to put out on the what is that? I guess technically the right side of the buildings, but it's street facing on I don't know the name of the road.
I don't know.
But we want to put a mural out there, and then the shop itself, we're going to dump a good amount of money into it.
Yeah.
And make it look really pretty on the inside. It's something that's entirely comfortable. But when you walk in, there'll be like a little bit of an art shop too. So we're going to be selling prints and our own artist canvases.
Yeah.
Because we're all painters in the shop as well. And so bringing that element to it is just like, it gives it something that if you don't want a tattoo, you still got a reason to walk in.
Right.
There's cool artwork to look at.
Yeah.
And just nice people, good music, and a good time.
Are you guys currently selling artwork and stuff at your current shop?
Currently, it's all custom. So
Okay.
if you want to commission something, sure.
see.
But we don't have a whole. We have actually tons of prints. Yeah, so we do have that always. But
Yeah.
our space is small, and so we don't have we don't have a good display area right now.
got
And
you.
so like that's part of what we'll get when we get this new shop is a place that we can actually debut or put on what we have available.
Well, I'm a woodworker, so if you need something built,
yeah, you were saying you do cabinets, and I left here and I was like, man, we will need cabinets.
When did you leave here? Just kidding.
Yesterday.
Just kidding.
Yesterday. Was great, remember? Remember that?
Oh yeah. It's like a deja vu.
I know, dude. It's like a dream.
So that sort of answers the next question.
Sure.
What kind of atmosphere or culture do you want to build? But I mean, you basically just said that.
Yeah, man.
How do you see your shop contributing to the community?
Okay, so I think that this town has a lot of like unique charm already. And I don't think that's anything that we want to take away from. I don't think we want to bring something that is like going to totally upset the environment. So I think all we can do is possibly add to it. I heard that this town has like really cool like Christmas parades and things like that. And I was like, dude, I marched drumline in high school. I will put a Covenant flag on my back and walk around as the little drummer boy, dude.
Hell yeah.
I will do that.
That's awesome.
And so we want to get involved with what the town's doing.
Yeah.
Like whatever events they have, we want to be a part of it if we can. And then, I talked to guys at Mercantile Barber. They were talking about maybe bringing back a car show they used to do. And I talked to my dad about it last night. Dad's a huge car guy.
Yeah.
He's got multiples. And so I was like, man, this is something, it'd be so fun to be a part of stuff that's more than just doing tattoos.
Right,
Because
right.
it kind of dries up when you're just doing the same thing all the time. So come out here, have some fun, get into town. Yeah.
We've sort of talked about that with the podcast, just
Yeah.
really getting in with the community. Like,
Yeah, man.
Like when I go to Sammy's, like I know everybody knows me, and like we've done a couple live shows there, and they love having us and all that. And I would like to expand beyond Sammy's a little bit, and especially having you guys here, we definitely want to be a part of that.
Absolutely. We love that.
What would you say some of the misconceptions people still have about tattoo shops?
I just think that we talked about it for a second, just that there's people are wary of there's like big egos when you walk into a tattoo shop, that everyone's kind of like got to stick up their butt and they don't want to talk to you, and you're kind of inconveniencing them, or you're gonna walk in someplace and they're gonna be like, we don't do that, you got to change this, you got to change that. And so what's awesome about the people that I work with and the way that I work in tattoos is we don't really like shove things off. We don't push things away. As far as like, if somebody comes in and they're like, this is what I really want, we'll say like, listen, here's our suggestions of how we'd make changes because we think this would make a better aesthetic.
Right.
But then if they are like, this is really what I want, you get what you want.
Yeah.
We'll make that tattoo happen.
Yeah, that's a big thing I've always noticed, is it's like they always want to sort of change it in a way, which I understand.
Yeah.
They're the artist, but some people just are set on what they want.
Right. And I get kind of upset with some guys sometimes because they'll, somebody will come in with like, I want this little, these 3 words or something. And they'll be like, well, it has to be this big for it to even work or stick around. And I was like, sometimes just say like, you can't do it. Just say, maybe I'm not the artist, because it's not like somebody
okay
out there
to say
can't
no.
figure that out. Now, if somebody wants like, it's this big. Okay. Then you're right. But it's usually not that. They want to make something just, I don't know, blown out of proportion.
When you have that come about, like it has to be this big.
Yeah.
Like what is that? Like what do you mean?
So, as tattoos rest in the skin, the ink is going to spread over time. And so if you have things that are like, too tightly close together, eventually like you got a circle that's the size of a pea, eventually it might kind of start to close in on itself.
Yeah.
Depending on how you do it or what you lock, if you put some color in the middle of that, then maybe it'll hold for a longer time. But there are certain things where like it's just, I want this portrait, but I want the face this big. It's like that face is just going to collapse on itself. So you don't want to do too much tiny little detail. Bigger tattoos are actually in good conscience, or in good taste.
They hold longer, I guess.
They just the image itself will just read longer or read better for longer. Yeah.
Like a butterfly turning into a pterodactyl when you age 40 years.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, if I could, I would love to offer those tattoos. Like, hey, by the way, I'm gonna do a Tyrannosaurus today. But give it 5 years, it'll be Abraham Lincoln's portrait. It's like, holy shit, that's amazing.
That's
My
amazing.
tattoos evolve with time.
Yeah. So explain the zoning situation with Belmont. I know you touched it a little bit, but so what is it?
So Jordan came in here last time, and he was a little confused because he kept saying that, like, they ban tattoos in strip clubs. We have nothing to do with strip clubs. I want everybody to know we have nothing to do with that.
Right.
So that came from a conversation where somebody had like put a comment on our video saying like tattoo shops are banned from Belmont, and I talked to my team and I was like, we're not banned. The only thing banned is like adult entertainment, which would be i.e. strip clubs.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's not true at all. What the truth is we're just in a separate zoning. Belmont can have tattoo shops. It's just not inside the little downtown.
The downtown,
area,
yeah.
Right? That's NCC, NC commercial, whatever that stands for. And so when I was sat down with planning and zoning here in Belmont, all we looked at was like we had to take the tattoo shops from this other zoning that's in and kind of just move it up into the NC commercial, right? We're not taking the whole thing with us because like down there, I touched on it where like they had us next to like fortune tellers and and soothsayers and magic acts or something.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Yeah, I think they wanted like the whole sideshow project to come. I was like, no, it's literally just move tattoos, and so it's really simple.
The adult entertainment part of it is just kind of what gets me, is because you walk into any bar anywhere around here, everybody's loaded down with tattoos.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't seem so much adult entertainment.
Well, I think adult entertainment really has to do with like nudity. So
I
agree. We're not bringing that.
I mean, that'd be a wild tattoo shop.
So all the tattooers are naked.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
It'd be hard to hire people, I think.
I believe it.
Yeah. Like, by the way, we got one stipulation. I don't think so.
The images. So do you have support from local officials and obviously the community? But
the community, sure. Local officials, we don't know. I haven't met anybody yet. I mean, we've talked to one of the guys who's running for mayor. He was very supportive of us. Corey Miller, he's awesome. But he just he's just running for mayor, so we don't know if he's not elected or anything like that. So no, there's been no real like elected official or any city council member that we've been able to talk to. But I should be attending. I mean, we're going to attend several meetings.
Yeah.
So we'll get to know these guys.
Is there like a time frame? Like you say, you got to attend several meetings. Is there like a certain? Are you having to wait so long before this is finalized? Or?
Right. So the process started probably 2 months ago, where I went ahead and filled out the application for the text amendment and the I forget the name of the other thing. Special use permit. Yeah. So the special use permit, kind of, we attached that to that, saying, if you're going to open a tattoo shop in Belmont within NCC, these are sort of your the things that you have to, the guidelines you have to follow. And so those things would be like, you can't have a tattoo shop within this distance of another tattoo shop. You can't be open past these hours. So it makes it a little bit more difficult for like, a bad tattoo shop to move into town.
Yeah.
Right. So just make sure that the ones that come here are, of a certain degree. And then also they just can't be so close together. So if we get this done, then we might be the only one downtown, right? Because if the distance is long enough, right? Which is nice for the town, because they don't want to. I mean, they don't want to be flooded with a bunch of new tattoo shops.
Right.
And honestly, it's not great for us either. We don't want a ton of people around. Just like this whole town's tattooing now.
I feel like maybe it's Noda or somewhere else, but there's just a string of tattoo shops.
It's got like 6 or 7 right on the same.
There's
street.
Down in Myrtle Beach. It's called Seaboard Street. There's a shopping center, and every one of them is a different tattoo shop. It's like, how do you guys?
I kind of dig it in those ones, because like beach shops there's so much like walk-in traffic, because they're doing like everyone who's there is touring.
Yeah.
And so they're doing that on purpose. So like there's one place to go for all the tattoos, which is kind of neat. It's like, Asheville has like an art district where people like they know to go there for art.
Right.
And it's kind of cool, but it's just, I don't think this town is eager for a bunch of tattoo shops.
I could also see it too being like you have all these different styles to choose from.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. If the rules don't change, what does that mean for your plans? Do you have a backup, plan B, plan C?
So we've really tried not to have too much of a backup right now.
Just
because
full
we
force.
We want to go in here all the way. We want to like stay committed to this one path, and if it doesn't happen, we will be moved out of our location by the end of the year. We just don't know where that is.
Yeah.
But I want to do this, and then if they say no to us, we can try it again. So we can come back, and if we come back with more support the second time around, because I think if they say no, there's going to be a lot of people upset.
Yeah.
Because we've got all these people that are like eager for us. They're like, we can't wait to come see you guys. We can't wait for you to be here in our town. So if they say no, we're going to have to just rally some more support, try it again. And then that doesn't happen, then we'll just find another home.
Right.
Yeah.
Aside from where people are signing the petition, is there anything the community can do to help you guys more than just signing a petition?
Yeah, there is actually. Thanks for asking. If anybody wants to, they can absolutely go ahead and just message their city council members, and those are all listed online. All government officials have they're listed on their website. So if you looked up Belmont, I don't know the website, but Belmont government website, look up the local government, city council, and just send them personal emails and just kind of say like, I'm from Belmont. I really want this tattoo shop. I think this would be a great idea. That kind of stuff would be great for us, because it just gets in their ear, and the more people that kind of bother them with this like support for us, then they, it's harder for them to say no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be massive. And also, any business owners around here that want to show support, they can send me an email, or they can send an email straight to the city council. We've already got about 6 of those, And that's the thing that I think the town wants to see the most, is that the businesses here are stoked on it. Because if the businesses don't want us here, and the people do, it just doesn't add up to the same way to them.
Do you have any like flyers or anything that like other people could?
Not a bad idea. We did make one, but that was actually, we made one more in like, we're already here,
right?
Because we thought we were going to be here, so we made a flyer, like a poster that we were going to, like Mercantile said that they would hang something for us, and we're going to talk to some local shops. We have cool ideas to like help people get to know us here. Like I went to Mercantile and I bought them all like barber's capes that say Covenant Tattoo Belmont on them. And so now like people like getting their haircut or wearing those. Yeah. I was gonna make a bunch of pint glasses, go around to the bars and just drop them off that say Covenant Tattoo on them, just to kind of spread the word about us. But we can put something together.
Yeah, dude, I would love to pass that around.
Cover up this nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need it. Yeah, I would. I mean, I would love to pass that out for you myself. Like, that'd just because, like, even just going to Sammy's or other bars, like, because I know everybody there would want it. You know, I couldn't see a single no coming out of any of the places unless they're just really high strung, you know, stuck in their ways. Right.
And that's the next thing for us to figure out is how to get people to come with us to the city council meeting. Because the more people we show up with, I'm going to be handing out t-shirts, while supplies last for that one. And then signs that say, you know, vote yes, Covenant Tattoo.
Dude, I'd love to come.
It'd be fun, dude.
I would absolutely
like, get
love
involved
to come.
in like a local thing. And just like, let's do it. You know, like that'd be fun.
Like I said, I love Belmont, man. I want to be more active with the community.
Absolutely.
And plus, like I remember you saying, you know, you have people travel distance to come get tattoos from you.
We do.
You know, somebody travels to you, they got
I think that's a really good thing to touch on, you know, where like we do have people traveling 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. I've had people fly in for my tattoos, and these would be people that have never seen Belmont. And like once you see this town, you're like, oh man, this is so cool. Like, you'll want to like get a hotel, stay the night, walk around, and just enjoy this like all the pleasantries of this like cute little small town you got. It's awesome. It's like a small town, big town thing. It's awesome.
Right,
you know?
right. Aside from Charlotte, in the Gaston area, there's really nothing like Belmont.
Right.
Like some places are really trying to work their way up, but Belmont is just established in a different way.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. And actually, coming to your house was great because I got to drive in through the way that I hadn't come before. I was like, man, this place really opens up over here.
Where are you? Do you live in Charlotte?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good. Thank God. I was hoping you weren't far away.
About 30 minutes. I'm like closer to Pineville.
Okay,
but it's straight highway. It's easy.
Yeah. What random question?
Yeah.
What is your personal red flag when somebody walks in the door? Do you have anything like somebody walks in and you're like, oh fuck?
Dude. I mean, belligerent drunk would be a bad one.
That's a good question.
Right off the bat, we've had that happen. Guys just walk in and they're just hooting and hollering. You can just see them kind of stumbling around. Like,
you instantly turn them down.
Yeah, dude. It's not happening. Like for one, they're not going to sit still in the chair. They're gonna be awful. You know, and then just you're gonna bleed and it's gonna be terrible. So also, there's the whole thing of like. Consent that seems like it's kind of absent when that happens too, because they'll sign paperwork but they'll be like, I was drunk when I signed that. You know, so you don't want that potential drama later. So that's a big no. I'm trying to think if there's other like immediate red flags. That's probably about it.
You ever had anybody just get super pissed off about something?
Sure.
Like one of your artists like do something wrong or you do something and somebody just loses their shit?
There's a Karen that goes to every workout there, right? There's always gonna be someone
Karen
just
every
like,
square mile.
Yeah, can't get their thing right or just like isn't happy with the way things turn out. But we don't see that very much.
Right.
Yes, because we fine tune the way that we deal with people to where I don't think I've had hardly anybody. I've never gotten a bad review. And I've never had anybody leave and be like, this was a waste of my time or waste of my money. You know, everyone's walked out and like either left us a good review or come back for another tattoo, and that's a pretty good sign.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, so I mean, tell me about some of your favorite tattoos that you've done.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got a cool story about this one guy. Came in and this guy came into my shop, wanted to get a tattoo from me, and he wanted a full sleeve, all based on his time that he lived in Hawaii, right? And he came to me. He was like, he started off like super funny. He was like, "Sorry, so I'm gonna start off by saying this. I was a part of a cult for a long time." I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "And in my cult, we weren't allowed to have tattoos. We weren't allowed to express ourselves in that way. And so I've always wanted to do this. I've always wanted to get these tattoos." And so I was like, dude, this is awesome. You know, I like that you're kind of breaking free and doing this for yourself. And he basically had to do it against his family's better judgment or better will. They were just like totally not in support of anything like this. So he left that cult. He left that place. He came and got this tattoo. And the sweetest thing is he went home, and his wife, after he got his sleeve done, said, "You look more like you than you've ever looked like you."
Wow, that's amazing.
Like, this is the you I've always
I just got
seen.
chills, dude.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
So that was a really sweet moment. You know? And I think that's kind of one of these things that, like, this makes tattooing so much cooler.
Yeah.
Is that this is so personal for so many people.
The 2% tattoo that Jordan was talking about,
Beautiful,
I
right?
thought that was great.
Yeah.
We've had Jordan on. Tell us about some of the other artists.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or the people.
So currently we're kind of small. So it's just me, Jordan, Haven, and Justin. So Justin's our piercer. He's a friend of mine. I've known him for years. He's one of the funniest guys you'll ever meet. If you ever want to get lost on conspiracy theories and craziness, he's got that going on.
I love conspiracy theories.
He'll talk for miles, but he's a super sweet guy, very hard, diligent worker. Whatever he's going to put his mind to, he's going to work really hard on it. And so I'm really stoked to see what happens, like, once we have more space, because right now he's just, he's piercing when we have time,
right?
Just because he has to do it in between, like, when the chair is available. And so I'm ready to house these guys and give them the space to kind of work in. Jordan is a hoot and a half, dude. He's one of the funniest guys you've ever met.
He was so much fun, dude. He was
and
so
he's an
cool.
absolute sweetheart too. Like, he really is just a gentle spirit. We met in college, and he was just an absolute party back then. He was a wild dude. And so we clicked right away. And he was like, it's funny because he was drawing like tattoo art back in college, and that was in 2011. You know, so this has come to fruition 15 years later,
right?
For him, and
yeah,
so
that's really cool.
It's so sick to kind of see him finally moving into this thing that he's been like about forever. I think he just went and did the bar gig for a while, and he's had a good time with it. He's like, it's great because it builds personality stuff. You're able to learn how to talk to anybody,
right?
So he's a great time, and his tattoos are looking great. He's going to live more in that traditional kind of American traditional route. But he's also come to me and be like, hey, man, I know I've been doing American traditional. He's like, I kind of want to open this up, though. I'd like to try other things. I think there's more to this than just this. He's like, and I know he's watching Haven and I and being like, you guys pretty much take on whatever. And he's like, I like that the versatility that you guys have. I want to kind of figure that out.
Yeah, that's great.
So he's been living in the sketchbook, making a ton of flash, and we just love to see the progress, right?
Hell yeah.
And then Haven is just an absolute baller. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, she's her tattoos have just gone up tremendously in the last couple of years. Like, she only started a couple of years ago, but she's an amazing painter. She does a lot of like paintings at home. She has a whole like home studio. Like, she's the kind of student of art that, like, she'll leave work after tattooing all day to go home and paint or go home and draw.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's just her life.
I'm tired. I go home and I go to sleep, you know? Like, she's just out there like, hey, by the way, I did this painting again last night. I'm like, oh my God, dude. So she's catching up to like the progress of, like, really great tattoo artists everywhere so fast. We took her to there was a convention in town, and she placed first for beginners in Charlotte.
Wow.
In the competition with the piece that she brought in, and she was only in it, like, when we did that, she was only in it like 2 years, and the people she was competing against were like 3 or 4 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so she took it.
That's
and
dedication.
So, yeah, and like you'll just see her, like, she's once you meet her, dude, she's like the sweetest person ever.
Yeah,
you know, she's just an absolute doll to be around. You know, just super sweet, super fun. But yeah, I got a great team, man.
That's awesome. I'm super excited. I really am. Like, the amount of support that I have for you guys is tremendous, and absolutely. I'm really, really hoping all of this works out, because it would be really cool to have a tattoo shop in Belmont.
Yeah, and I think it's we're not just bringing like a tattoo shop, and I mean, I don't want to brag too hard, but I think we're bringing like a good quality tattoo shop that has vision to be a little bit more than just, your run-of-the-mill drop in and get a flash tattoo shop,
I know cleanliness is a huge thing with people, and definitely a lot of the shops you walk in Gastonia and other places, they just like, it looks like the Hells Angels come through once a week.
When you're doing like microsurgery, you should be pretty clean,
know? And I never thought about it like that.
What was cool is when we got our first inspection at the shop, the inspector told us we were doing too much. He's like, you guys are kind of overdoing it, but like, we appreciate it, because he was training some people, and he kind of leaned over to them, and he's like, they don't have to do all this stuff, but they're just going above and aboard.
Right.
Aboard and above. How do you say that?
Above and beyond.
Above and beyond. There we go. I think I was just doing prepositions. Aboard, about, above, cross, after, against, along, and long, around, at. Something old.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Jordan was telling us, like, he's a big fly fishing guy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
What are some of your hobbies outside of
work? I love to fish as well. I'm not as seriously. He goes like Alaska and fishes next to bears.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
I don't know if he told you that. But yeah, so he does that. I do a decent amount of fishing. I just went on and did some offshore, and that was just an absolute blast. We drove out 60 miles out into the ocean.
Wow.
Which
I'd
took
be
us
puking my guts
almost 3
out.
hours just to get out there. Just
Wow.
me and 2 other guys on a boat, and he'd never done it before. Great day though.
Yeah, I bet.
absolute blast. So I love to do that as much as I can. I travel a good amount.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like this year I've already been to Costa Rica, Morocco, and Portugal.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Nice.
I've had a blast this year going around. I love to cook, to be honest.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's kind of my
too.
favorite thing, man. That's like my main pastime. If
I
have
will
one.
grill in 12 feet of snow if I have to. I love good food.
Yeah,
I love good
I do
food.
too, man. And I think that's like that kind of lives in the same creative space as everything else does, where it's just like I get to play around with something, and then like the final result is just this super fun thing I get to eat.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? And like the best thing is cooking for other people. And you get to like share it with somebody and watch them just go like, "Oh shit, you can do this."
Yeah, that is the yeah, that's the best part.
Yeah.
I can see how that could fall into tattooing as well.
Yeah.
Like it's something you work really hard for, and then when they look at it, the final reveal, like,
Yeah.
and they're just super excited. I
Absolutely.
bet that makes you feel amazing.
It does, man. It's like, so after I'm just going back to this. After we did that offshore fishing day,
Yeah.
I came back. We were on the boat for 14 hours. We came back, we cut the fish up, and we went back to his house. And then I cooked for his family for about 4.5 hours. And I had all the neighbors came over and ate, and
Yeah.
everybody went back for seconds and thirds. And so I
Yeah.
was like, you know what, dude, I got it going on.
That's awesome. I
did
made
a-
some killer
did a good
fish
thing.
sticks the other day.
Yeah, yeah,
I think I was telling you about that.
absolutely,
That's awesome.
love it.
So let everybody know where they can find you.
Yeah.
You know, the petition, all that, and like you said,
Mm-hmm.
you've mentioned what the community can do to help out.
Yeah. So the best thing for anybody to do is to go look up what's it at Covenant_tattoos on Instagram. Right there, you're gonna have our website, our petition, everything listed right there. If you want to take a look at any of that and lend us your support, or also just give us a follow on Instagram, that helps us tremendously. And then just take a look at our tattoos, and if it's something you love, give us a call, send us an email, come on in. We'd love to see you. But yeah, our website is www.covenanttattoo.nc.com. That you can see most of our portfolios on there as well.
I
Get to
remember
know the team.
I remember you mentioned right now people go to your website to get an appointment. You don't have as many walk-ins. Is that what you said?
Yeah, walk-ins we're kind of hidden. You know, we're not on the street. We're not
Right.
street facing, and so most of our business is just online.
Yeah.
But it's either through. I mean, I would say mostly through Instagram, to be honest. But our website is starting to pick up, which is great.
So our walk-ins are perfectly fine.
Yeah.
You're just not the
They
greatest.
are. We prefer a call ahead just because we don't have a lot of chairs. So I mean, and we do work most days. Like we already have people booked most days. So I would say just call ahead and let us know that you're, hey, we were interested to get a tattoo like this week. Can we pick a day? Because usually we can get you in the same week.
Yeah.
But it might not be today.
Right.
You know. Just,
What are the hours?
so we work from usually about 1 to 8 every day.
Okay.
Yeah. So from 12 to 1 we're doing our consultations.
I've always noticed tattoo shops always open later.
We have to.
We
have to, man.
Have to?
Yeah, it's just we have to work when people aren't working. You know,
Oh,
so if
okay,
people
yeah,
can get
yeah.
out of work at 4 o'clock and come in the better part of the afternoon, that's good. We do our consultations noon to 1 because people have lunch breaks. Mm-hmm. We work Saturdays and Sundays because people aren't working.
Right.
So we try to work around other people's schedules. It's tough, but some people treat us like a doctor's appointment. They just take the day off or take some PTO.
I was gonna ask, is that like a city thing? But I guess it just makes sense what you
It's
just
just
said.
tattooers, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like if you work in a restaurant, you probably make more money at night.
Totally. Totally. I drove for Lyft.
Did you drove?
I drove.
Where'd you
Where'd you
drove to?
I drove around Charlotte. I would just only drive during the day though,
Yeah.
because I was too scared to do it at night.
Oh yeah.
You get some wild people.
That's the best part of our hours though. They're like we kind of don't see traffic because I don't have to get to work until noon.
Yeah.
So like 11:30, not too many cars on the road.
Are you a late sleeper?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I wish I could,
I
man.
can wake up at like 9:45, 10 o'clock. I'm doing
Yeah.
awesome.
I wake up at like 6 and I'm ready to go.
Oh god.
Like I don't know why. It's just, but I also
Yeah.
like to go to bed early. I'm an old
Yeah.
man.
Oh, you just sleep for like 12 hours.
No. Well, I guess I never added it up.
I guess if you go to bed at 6, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, hell yeah, man. Really appreciate you coming again.
It's great.
Totally deleted all the audio from yesterday.
It's all right. It was nice to relive something. You know?
Yeah,
you don't always get to do something twice.
You had
The
a
same
little
thing
practice,
twice.
you know. It worked out, and like I said, dude, I appreciate you. I appreciate Jordan, and I
Yeah.
am really, really looking forward to everything working out.
Absolutely.
And dude, send me the dates and whatnot to go to the meetings because I would really love to go.
Absolutely.
I'd love to be a part
we'll
of
do
it.
September 18th and October 6th.
Oh, I got it written down right here. I asked
sir.
that yesterday.
Yes, you did.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys so much. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, anywhere basically social media wise. You can find the podcast on literally all podcast platforms. Like, follow, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go follow these guys. They're amazing. They do amazing work. And Tucker, the owner,
Thanks,
is one hell of a guy. And
Appreciate
he'll
that.
even
Thank you.
come out a second time for you if you need to. But hell yeah, really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for listening to Reckless Banter. We are out.